What is up, everybody? Thank you for watching this video. If you like my streams from before, please like, subscribe, do all that good things. Follow me over on Twitch, Dirty Fridge. You already know what it is. Today, though, I'm doing something a little different because I just wanted to rant. Um, really, I don't really do this type of stuff because I just keep my thoughts to myself. But I got my Microsoft account banned. It's only for 2 days. It's whatever. But it's just kind of dumb because back in the day, we used to trash talk each other all the time. And I know how bad things used to be. Go on Modern Warfare lobby 360. But I'm not really talking about things like that. I'm talking about just like a little bit of banter back and forth. And I just really want to know why in a competitive environment that it's not okay. And I already know what people out there are already saying as soon as I said Microsoft, because like every YouTuber complains about YouTube, every Twitch streamer complains about Twitch, and people out there are probably like, you know what, PlayStation for life or PC is superior. But we're not here for any of that. Alright? It's just the fact of like I just want to talk about how the online environment is becoming softer in the online gaming community. And I do want to say like what I am basing this off of. Me and this person were both at fault. You know, we were going back and forth. Like I said, it was banter. And I just don't understand why there can't be trash talk. According to Microsoft, like you have to be 13 to have an account. Okay? Not saying that everybody on there is 13. But we're gonna play like what their rules say and say go from 13. Maybe a little bit further on, we'll talk about something different. But right now, we're just going with that 13 limit. Even 13 being a little young, you can still understand like trash talk and things like that. And like, I feel like at 13 too, you should still be having your parents monitor what you are like doing online. But whatever, it is what it is. That's just my personal beliefs. But my other personal belief is that the internet is not a nice place. Like, it never really was. And when it comes to communication, where do we draw the line? There's no way to really moderate voice chats in games and in parties unless you completely take it away or like you have an app based system. Pretty much looking at Nintendo right there on that one. And like, no, like, yeah, like I brought up before, I have heard some crazy stuff like back in the day on the 360 era, but we have backtracked. And the days of trash talk have really came to an end if somebody wants to report you first. And really, what happened to good old freedom of speech? Like, sure, it is a platform, and you have to agree to its terms of services. That is very true. But I also feel like if you didn't let people like trash talk in games, it kind of ruins the experience a little bit. Like, that's kind of I like being competitive and I like talking trash to people sometimes. And I'm not gonna say anything crazy. I'm not gonna say anything violent. But yeah, I want to talk smack. You know, like especially if somebody started first. I'm usually not the one to start, but I will be the one to finish. And I feel like online you have to have a little bit thicker skin and be able to take criticism. And I guess my real question first off is like where do we go now? Like do we just keep restricting the way we could talk on online platforms? And it's like do we keep conforming to the censorship of the powers that be? Do we let the safe space mindset hit the public internet? Because like when has the internet ever been a safe space? Like now as a society, we should be at the point where if someone is being bigoted, that we should be able to stomp that out anywhere because bigotry has no room anywhere. But trash talk, like trash talk in video games, I think that's a different thing. And what about people when they false report you? Like what about the repercussions of that? Like I know that does happen a lot too. So should we not be able to trash talk back to those who sent us a message out of fear that they're going to report us? And why don't we have the right to appeal against the situation? Like, I don't know. I guess another point too is if you didn't want people messaging you, you can turn your messages off or to like friends only. I just feel like when you engage back in messaging with people when they're talking trash, you should pretty much be giving up your rights to report them because you don't have to message back. Like, and you don't have to message in the first place. Like, you've made that decision to go type that message, send it. You made the decision to fuel the fire. You chose not to block the player, and you left your your messages open to public, leaving yourself open to view trash talk. But I don't know. I just, I want to stress the difference between trash talking and being harassed. No one deserves to be harassed. Like, that's just a fact. And no one deserves to have bigoted messages sent to them because in 2023, like I said before, you'd hope that we were past that. But, like, really, what do we do in those situations? Like, do we restrict words and messages like some games have already done when you're trying to make a name? Or, like, you know, when it comes to voice chat, what do we really do with that? And, like, how do you really do that without taking away the communication experience when it comes to games having voice chat? Me personally, I feel like account restriction should be saved for extreme cases because at the end of the day, it's a game. Now, we will say, in cases we're talking about the kids younger than 13, I do understand they are on there sometimes. But I do bring back up the point of when you sign the terms of services, it brings up the fact that you need to be 13. So, like, really, with there not being any enforcement on there, that's kind of Microsoft's fault if it is like they're trying to make a safe space for children. And also, it kind of comes down to the parent, too, because they should be monitoring what their kid is saying online or what their kid is doing online, what their kid is being sent online. So, if it's like a Karen mom that got your account reported, then I feel bad for you, bro. But, like, they should take responsibility that their kid is online and, like, they're playing online games. That's really what it is. And they should look more into it. And this, I may be coming out for blood a little bit on this one. But if you are somebody who has engaged in, like, a little bit of trash talking and you just got butthurt and you report somebody's account because you're just insecure, dude, just stay off the internet because that's just not for you. And, you know, it's the reality. I hate saying it, but if you can't take somebody, like, calling you names after, like, you've been, like, engaging back, I'm not going to say calling names, but, like, you know, like, friendly trash talk banter. And, cause like I said, there's a difference between being harassed and trash talk. And so, I feel like if you can't take that, then stay offline. Just like they say, if you can't take the heat, stay out of the kitchen. But that's my rant. Thank you guys for whoever stuck through, listened to the whole thing. I'm honestly open to if anybody wants to leave any comments below, try and change my mind because I'm honestly open-minded to it. And if you have some things to educate me on, please do, because I would love to know if there's any other things. I have done a little bit of research myself, didn't really see much, but we'll just see where things go. Okay. Thank you guys, and like I said, we'll see where things go with this video. If there is a good response, then I will probably do a part 2 on where this really spurred from and stuff like that. Got to get better at exiting these videos, and peace.